the Channel Mom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
Brought to you by Pediatric Dental Group of Colorado, creating positive and rewarding dental visits for kids of all ages since 1977.
Welcome back to the Channel Mom Show, where we are celebrating you, Mom, and really trying to lift you up and help your family. We're so glad you're here with us today, and the dads and the kids, too. We are here today with Julie Hammerstein. Lord knows I need to get that right. She's a certified nutritionist and author of Fat is Not a Four-Letter Word, which I love that title, and I love what she's about. She's live in studio with us today, which is my favorite way to have Julie, because she's so animated. We really think she's going to help you today. You got some great stuff for summer and to help moms, and you got a giveaway. Yeah. So I'm going to just really quickly tell moms so people can be ready to call. You have some DVDs to give away, the A to Z's of Living Healthy, Max's Minutes. Max's Minutes, and that's named after your precious son, who I just met. Eat healthy and like it, and she's got great ideas, recipes, tactics, techniques, things for you and your kids. And Max is in it as well, so kids can enjoy it too. Julie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I always love being here.
Thank you. Okay, just so moms know, you are now a certified nutritionist with a very fit figure. But so they know and they don't hate you in advance, you struggled.
Yes.
You struggled. You were overweight. You struggled with eating crappy things and smoking cigarettes and drinking big gulps and the whole 9 yards.
Right.
So you're real. And you had to fight back from that to become the fit woman that you are now. So you've got some tips for moms about how to not let the junk food stuff get out of control and just, you're always running in the summer. So how can you eat healthy?
Right.
Just go for it. Tell us what you want to talk about today.
Well, and I can relate to all the moms out there who are in this transition now of school year to summer, and especially working moms who maybe work at home, or single moms who are trying to balance it all. But really, any mom, now it's different. Kids are home, and the rules change a little bit because they're not at school where they have a lunch and a snack, and then they come home and have a normal snack, and then they go off and do sports. They're around and getting bored or not entertained enough and at the pool. And so there's much more opportunity to get the junk food and the sugar and to just kind of eat randomly without thinking about it versus kind of sticking to meal times.
Yeah.
So I have 2 boys, and I'm challenged with that as well. So it takes a couple days to kind of grasp what you're really up against when summer comes, but to really think about, okay, what is our plan going to be? And maybe take some time this weekend to say, what's it going to look like for the rest of the summer? Because if it's been a little bit crazy, just give yourself that, no big deal. But moving forward, what's it going to look like? So we really stick to, I'll talk about TV time first, because that can be a tough one. But electronics, screen time, anything electronic, we really stick to 30 minutes a day. And that's during the year, and that's during the summer.
Yeah.
But I give them a little extra movie time. So I'm talking TV, computer, games. Yeah. That's 30 minutes. But it's fun in the summer to have family movie nights and to have that be a little bit more frequent. So we'll do that a little bit more frequently, but we really stick to the 30 minutes a day at the most of screen time, computer time, that kind of thing.
And some moms aren't going to do that, and they can't do it. We turn off our TV. I mean, we turn off our service.
Oh, that's great. That's a really great thing. Yeah.
Yes. So a couple months a year, we just say to DirecTV, no thanks, we don't want it right now.
Yeah.
Because we live up in the mountains. My kids can run around and chase butterflies and play football and, whatever. So if you've got the guts, it's a great thing to do, to turn off your television. If your husband can stand to be away from sports. It was a big sacrifice on my husband's part.
I like that.
So what about, here's my problem, and Shelley knows this. I am not a food girl. And I literally, like yesterday, I thought, you know what? I think I forgot to feed my kids lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
And they pretty much just had a couple snacks, and they were like, Mom's not picking them. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
You know what? My husband did grilled dinner at the end, but I don't think my son got dinner because he went away early. So I'm somebody who just doesn't think about it. It's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been good for keeping me, not in too big of sizes over the years, but, but I know a lot of moms do think about it, or moms that are like me that don't think about it. What do you say to them about how do you set aside an area that's like, look, this is where you're going to go for snacks. This is when we're going to eat. How do you organize all that?
Yeah. And, I think it really depends on the age of your kids, because I really think that up until the time that kids are teenagers, that is you having to be the one in control. To say, we're having breakfast now, and to remember we're having a snack 3 hours later, and then we're having, lunch 3 hours after that, or whatever it is that you really want to be eating about every 3 to 4 hours. And if you can start programming your kids' bodies that way early on, and a lot of times my boys will say mid-morning, I'm hungry. And that's good, You want them to have that normal metabolism where they're having breakfast and 3 hours later they're eating another snack and then a meal later. And so if it's not normal to you and if you don't have those normal hunger cues, you have to find a way to remind yourself. And it's just like reminding yourself to drink water, reminding yourself to take your supplements, and whatever message you need to put. For me, to remember to drink water, I have to put a timer on my phone. So every hour, my phone goes off to remind me to drink water. Otherwise, I will not drink it. That's like my one health thing I just cannot get my mind around. So same thing with the food, you know, to really plan your day so that you know where you're going to be at lunch, you know what time dinner is, and that's just what healthy people do. And so it may sound like, well, we can't do that. We're not that kind of family. Well, if you want to be healthy, you have to kind of do that. You have to have those planned meals and snacks, because otherwise you and your kids get too hungry. Afternoon and evening, come around, and you're eating too much, you're eating too many sweets, you're going for the junk food, and there's not that kind of balance
throughout the day
pattern.
Or they'll save their big meal to the end of the day, and they think, oh, I'm being good all day, and then they'll eat at the end of and I get that. I've done that before too. What about snacks? Because in the winter, you know, when we're going to school, I can have my little stash of healthy granola bars and then apples and call it good, and my kids either have to get an apple or a healthy granola bar.
Right.
But in the summer, they're constantly there. So you need a big array of things. It can't just be like, go grab a bag of chips every time they get hungry. So how do you organize that? And how do you make sure that you have healthy snacks not only available at a certain place in the house, but if you're going to go to the pool or whatever? Right.
So to really look at your portable, healthy snacks. And so what we do, and again, it doesn't have to be that much different from normal. Like you don't have to be ultra creative in the summer. That would be different from the normal year, because your kids really shouldn't be grazing and eating all the time. So snack time should be the same in the summer as it is during the year. However, it makes it easier if you can have all that stuff. And here's what I've been telling people. Don't put your fruits and your vegetables and your healthy stuff in the fruits and vegetable drawers in the refrigerator. No one sees it. They don't go there.
Yeah.
Put other stuff in there, and then put all of your fruit and all that stuff that you want to grab and be portable on the shelf so people see it. And when you get home from the store, take the grapes, take the plums, take all of those healthy snacks, the baby carrots, the edamame, things like that, and put it in individual bags.
Yeah.
So that once a week, you're kind of organizing all of that. And that way, when you want to go to the pool, you can grab the grapes and the pop chips and the string cheese, you know, and just kind of have all that portable stuff available all the time. And we're literally running out to the pool and grabbing those grab bags and putting them in our bags.
And you just brought up that you can have fun stuff. I mean, Pop Chips, of course, is one of our sponsors. But during the summer, some fun flavors for the kids right now are sweet potato Pop Chips and also barbecue Pop Chips.
Yeah, the kids love those.
Yeah, and Pop Chips are all over the place now, and you can just pick up little bags, and it's actually healthy. No trans fats. It's 100 calories a bag, I think. It's quite healthy.
Yeah, so a third less fat than most chips, and so find those. There are healthier options out there.
Yeah,
so that you can get a little fun in there, like you said. It doesn't have to be all healthy food.
Kind bars,
right? I love the Kind bars. Those are easy and portable. You know, even like the little frozen, the yogurt tubes, you can freeze those. I like the more natural organic brands like Stonyfield Farm. You can put those in the freezer and put those in your bag instead of an Otter Pop.
Yeah,
and have it be healthier.
Or some peanut butter. Earth Balance makes some great butter, spreads and so on that you can just slather on something that's
on an
healthy.
apple or crackers.
Yeah.
And so, or have the sandwiches and a bunch of fruit. So here's kind of my rule, and I'll give you the go slow whoa.
Yeah. Kelly, we're hoping that you can get a question in. We'll let her go, and then you tell me if you've got a question.
Well, my question is, my kids would prefer to open a package than just grab that apple.
They like that kind of thing.
I think they've just grown up with the salts and the convenience of that, where I try to point out, look, you can open a banana.
Yeah, right.
But they don't want to.
Right,
yeah,
right.
That's true. They'd rather open a granola bar or a bag of chips or something like that. That's true.
Right, which is okay. So I call those the healthier packaged snacks, I call those slow foods. And it's okay to have those. It's okay to have the pretzels and the Pop Chips and the granola bars and things like that, as long as you're reading labels and knowing that there's good ingredients that go in there. But I limit that. So I say, okay, of the slow foods, and this is actually a chart for those of you who are looking on the internet, but on Max's Minutes DVD, I have a downloadable guidebook with ways to track your go foods, which are all your healthy foods, right? Your slow foods, which are your things like a pop chips or a granola bar, and then your woe foods, which are just like your candy and your cookies and your ice cream and things like that. So I say have 2 to 3 slow foods a day. But every time you have a slow food, you have to have a go food. So have the pretzels, but also have an apple.
I love that. I do that with my kids. I say you got to eat an apple and then you can have a granola bar.
Exactly. Or, I'll say eat your lunch and then you can have, some of the chips or whatever. So have the fruit and sandwich and then you can have the chips. And then you also limit your woe foods. So just say, okay, we're going to be at the pool all summer. There's going to be parties. And decide for your family how many days a week you're going to have sweets and candy and the woe foods. And in our house, it's 3 days a week. So this is a way that the boys can track it to say, okay, we've got a pool party, we've got a barbecue, and we're going to the fair. That's probably when they're going to want their sweets. So if they know that in advance, then it's not going to be the random, let's go get ice cream tonight, or can we have that Girl Scout cookie in the cabinet? It's like, well, when are you going to have your woe foods this week? So it's a way to kind of manage that and let everybody have fun, but not get into the habit of having sweets every day, maybe even 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah, my daughter pretty much would love.
Yeah,
she wants dessert after breakfast.
Right, exactly. But that's a conversation you have to have with your family. You can't just kind of impose this on them. It's kind of like, this is what we're doing this summer. Let's all agree on what that's going to look like.
Yeah, and again, if you want that DVD, 303-297-1510, we'll give it away on Facebook.com/ChannelMom as well. But we do urge you to call because it's a great little DV with this handy downloadable tool for your family. We have about a minute left before we're going to get to our tip of the day.
Okay.
Last tips for moms who are overwhelmed by that, because I know there are moms out there saying there is no way I'm going to limit my kid to 3 desserts a week.
Mm-hmm.
What are some tips that you have to kind of have them kind of rein their kids in if they're eating too many sweets and they're concerned about them?
Well, I mean, really, it's having the conversation with them, like I'm, being authentic to say I'm concerned about you. Like I know what's going on with sugar, and I don't want you to get to the end of the summer and feel really unhealthy. And so,
or later as an adult, not
right.
have that governor on them to stop.
Right. And just say, hey, listen, I don't want to be the sugar patrol all summer. That's no fun for me. So let's sit down and come up with a plan. What do you think is fair?
Yeah.
And put it in there, because they're going to say, well, I want it every day. And say, okay, that's a good place to start, but that's not what I feel comfortable with. So how about 5 days a week instead of 7?
They just meet in the middle.
Just start somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. And then you can reduce it from there.
Right.
Thanks so much for that. Thank you, Julie. Thank you,
you.
Sally.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.